This is the Fantasy Roadshow.
What's up, roadies? How's it going? Welcome in to another episode of the Fantasy Roadshow with your hosts, Kulz and Truck. We are here today talking NFL Pick'ems Week 2. Oh, yes, of course. You can find us on Twitter at Kulz_sports, at Fantasy_trucker. Check out the show at Fantasy Roadshow. Follow the Substack, thefantasyroadshow.substack.com. We had a great article posted. By the time this comes out, it'll be posted yesterday, but it was posted today. We are recording this on Thursday, right before the Thursday night football game, and that is where we are at. I am in Columbus, Ohio, still home of the Ohio State University. And how's Austin? What's going on over there?
It's good. We got a little bit of rain the last couple days, which we've desperately needed, and hopefully there's going to be some more because we need a lot of it.
Has the I've noticed over here in the Midwest, the temperature has kind of been broken a little bit where it's been cooling off. Is it still 100 degrees over there?
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's because of this little weather front that's coming through.
Yeah,
it's going to start. Yeah, it'll be below 100 for the foreseeable future. So
wow,
that's good. Yeah,
there you go.
Be 90s for a little while, which is good.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well,
but yeah, Austin's good. I'm about to go to my first Texas Longhorns football game on Saturday.
UT, hook 'em, baby.
Which I'm super stoked for. They are the number 4 team in the nation after beating Alabama, which was an awesome.
Who are they playing
game.
this week?
Wyoming.
Ooh, okay.
So Josh Allen, Mr.
Alumni.
Mr. Wyoming.
The only player I can remember from Wyoming.
Literally. Yeah, so super excited for that. But yeah, we're doing week 2 pick'em. Last week was interesting, just a crazy week in general. I think I went 8-8, which is not good. I should be doing a lot better than that. So
yeah, I went 6-10. So not good.
It's a rough week. Here in our Fantasy Roadshow group, it looks like Mr. Nasty Nate was in first. Dylan Eagle, a buddy of mine down here, got 12. They all went 12-4, and then Script. I don't necessarily know who that is, but shout out Script. So yeah, let's talk through games. Let's talk Survivor pick, but first, let's buckle up, bitches.
Yeah, I'm hoping now that we've gotten to see some week 1 action, we kind of have an idea of the direction teams are going. I'm hoping this is a much better week for me.
Yeah,
I need a little redemption this week. So we are going to skip the Thursday night game. It's on here in a couple hours, but by the time
I have the Eagles
comes out, yeah, I have the Eagles as well. So I guess let's
Eagles
just
at home.
Caveat that. All right, well. How about the first matchup that I see on here for the noon games? Packers Falcons.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be a good game. I think you're going to see a Falcons team. Well, so let's start with this: is Christian Watson and is Aaron Jones going to play? Without those two, I think it's for sure going to be a Falcons win. I actually have the Falcons either way. I just think they're a tough team. Arthur Smith's a great coach. The rush defense of the Packers is not very good.
And I think Quay Walker, the tight end, or that linebacker, I think he's out too, concussion protocol.
I mean, if Quay. Yeah, if all it is a concussion, it was on that touchdown he had against the Bears, where he got hit at the goal line. So that was it looked like it was just kind of awkward on his right leg too, from what I remember. So who knows if it's just a concussion or what. But yeah, Quay Walker would be a huge loss to the defense. They're just banged up. I mean, Watson, Jones. We'll see if they start, but either way, I got Falcons. Arthur Smith control the ball, control the run game. I think it's going to be a closer game than against the Panthers, so you'll see some more Bijan, increased role, more of him in the fourth quarter. Super exciting. What do you got?
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going with the Falcons here. Obviously, I feel better about it if all those players that we mentioned aren't playing. But even if they are, I think the Falcons have a good chance of winning this game. The way Arthur Smith runs the ball, and I think the weak point of the Packers defense is their run defense. I mean, they have a really good pass defense, but I think the Falcons, you're going to see a big game out of Algier and Bijan, and that's kind of where I'm at with this game. I just think the Falcons are going to be good. It's especially going to be hard for Jordan Love to go into the Dome. I know young quarterbacks, inexperienced quarterbacks going to play away in a dome is not always the best case scenario for them.
Yeah, so we're on the same page there. Next game, Bills Raiders. This is one of my survivor picks. So last week, my survivor picks were Commanders, and then being conservative, the Ravens. I would say my conservative one here is going to be the Raiders or the Bills over the Raiders, and then my just trying to get with another cheap team like the Commanders, Giants against Cardinals. But yeah, Bills bounce back, bad loss. Josh Allen's been dragged in the media all week about how he's super turnover prone. I can see this being one of those games at home where the Bills just put up a 40 spot. I mean, basically they get into that Bills offensive mode where they look like they can't be stopped, and they really don't. They don't even punt all game. It's going to be one of those games to me. Allen's going to come out with something to prove. He's going to show the hometown team this new look offense with James Cook heavily involved and Dalton Kincaid, his new toy. So I think everyone's going to eat well for the Bills.
Yeah, I'm in the same page with you. It would be hard to pick the Raiders in this matchup, just for the fact that they're playing in Buffalo. No, I'm not. I'm just saying it would be hard to pick the Raiders. I agree with you. I think the Bills are going to have a bounce back game. I think they need to. I think Allen, took it personally. What everyone's saying about him with the big conversation is he's leads the league in turnovers since like 2018. He's got a lot of them. So. I think he turns it around, and I think this is the game for him to do it at home against the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders' defense is that good.
Yeah, I think what those people are failing to mention is that he also leads the league in touchdowns.
Yep.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like with Dorsey, it looks like he's been a different quarterback with Dorsey than with Brian Daboll. Like you heard Belichick say about Daboll that he is one of the most intelligent football minds, period.
Yeah.
So, that's a high praise from one of the best coaches of all time. So we'll see if that we're going to find out more. Like basically what I heard along that line is like multiple sources think that Josh Allen was learning so much about the game with Daboll in his corner. And with Dorsey, there's just not as much of that. So that'll be interesting. To see that play out, that kind of narrative play out throughout the year. But in this one, Bills dominate.
Yeah, I'm looking for James Cook to have a massive game this week.
Yeah,
I would love to see that.
Davis, just every single Bill.
Yeah, the long list. Yeah. All right, how about this next one, man? This next one's going to be a really, really good game.
Yeah, it is.
Probably the one game I'm going to be watching the closest. I'll probably have that one in focus. But
it's Jurgen off.
The Ravens at Cincinnati. Bengals need a win this week after the abysmal performance last week. It's hard because the Ravens are really good too, but Lamar had a down game as well. So to me, I'm probably going to go with the Bengals here. The Bengals, very similar to the Buffalo Bills. You need to bounce back week 2 after you're struggling week 1, and I think the Bengals can do it to a Ravens team that lost their starting running back.
Stop, Bengals. Yeah, I think the Bengals win this game. I think Burrow punches back, kind of like, Allen, bounce back game for Burrow and that offense. I think the Ravens just like are going to go through growing pains with Monken's offense. You're hopefully getting Andrews back. They haven't really ruled him in or out yet, but
Yeah.
Andrews back. I mean, yeah, that's going to help the offense, but is it going to make them look smooth and like a well-oiled machine? I don't know yet. So, I think a road division game and you got Burrow not wanting to start 0-2.
Especially in the division. Like this is almost a must win for them.
I mean, they just understand that starting in an 0-2 hole where you got Ravens going 2-0 and potentially the Browns as well. Like they know that's their competition this year and that it's going to be a battle to the end. So, huge game at home, division game. They're going to come out ready. I got the Bengals also. It's a win.
Yeah, nice. Look at that. All right, how about this next one? I think we're going to be pretty aligned on this one as well. Seahawks at Lions. Detroit coming off that massive win in Kansas City. Seattle struggled against the Rams. Like I see them struggling against the Lions too. Geno Smith did not look like he did last year. Kind of a shell of himself, and I'm sure Mike is tooting his own horn with that one. All season he's been talking about that is the case. So I think we see more of that this week in Detroit. This Lions offensive line is one of the best in the league, and I think Jahmyr Gibbs has a big game too. Just all around Lions, and they should win by a wide margin, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know that I need to gloat too much. Like when you have a stance that you're that strong on and it begins to come to fruition, like it's more just like I told you so than like it's a very young Rams defense that was supposed to be bad this year held them to 2 yards at home in the second half. 2 yards. 2 yards and a half of football. So like, I mean, I just think teams have a lot of film and they're going to be drawing up game plans for a guy that's been on the bench for 10 years. So I don't know. Here's my stance on this game. Like the Detroit Lions, that's maybe their biggest win in 10 years. Literally, like, I don't know. Someone fact check me and tell me the last biggest win for the Detroit Lions. It's within the last decade, I would hope, but at home, at the defending champs, opening game, everyone's watching, everyone's fiending for football, and you get that opening night game at the defending champs, banner night, Thursday night football, and you come out with a win. Like, what a way to start your season for a Lions fan. They haven't won a game like that in a long, long time. I don't remember the last time. And I'm sure sometime with Megatron, but, I don't know. It's been forever.
Yeah.
And you win that game. Not only that, their fan base has sold out season tickets this year. The place is going to be a fucking party. They're going to be rocking. Ford Field is going to be loud and an atmosphere we haven't seen in a long, long time in Detroit. But that's a passionate fan base. Like, they're going to be rocking, Oh,
yeah.
So I think a team that is as high-powered and fast-paced as the Lions and that's as hungry and like Campbell can get that team going alone, never mind what that building's going to feel like. So they're going to be playing fucking bouncing off the walls. You would think this is a bounce back spot for the Seahawks if you think they're any good, but it's a bad spot for the Seahawks because of what it means to the city and this team and this coach and everyone involved. I got the Lions. They're going to come out hot. And they're going to come out just firing. I think it's going to be really, really tough for the Seahawks to win this one.
Yeah, Lions are going to be riding that high from last week for sure.
Yeah, but like typically that's not a good spot in that, like, coming off a big win, like all of that, like, can come out with low energy, but because of the stakes and everything else, and It's just like their coming back party kind of thing. I don't know. It's gonna be a fun atmosphere to see at noon on Sunday.
Yeah, this is one I'll be watching too. I want to see if how legit the Lions are. I mean, we saw them that first game, but they only scored 14 offensive points. So I'm looking to see that offense really start humming this week. So
yeah, you're gonna have Gibbs. Like Gibbs, he looked really good, and like his role was limited. And I just think at home in front of the fans, you're gonna show off what you got in him, and he's gonna have a big game. It's gonna be a party in Detroit. So
sounds good.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
you
Well,
should
how
go.
about? Yeah, I should go. Maybe if I'm in Detroit next week, we'll see. I was actually thinking about looking up the Saturday game if it's in home in Columbus, like Ohio State. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, you got the Chargers taking on the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. Why don't you go ahead and start us off with the Chargers Titans?
Yeah, so like honestly, this is a spot that I would normally love the Titans. Coming off a loss, Chargers had a tough game against the Dolphins. Eckler may not be involved. He may be out in this one. I don't know that they would miss too much without Eckler. Like Kelly looked really good in that offense. I just think their offense is going to be awesome regardless this year. I'm worried with Hopkins not practicing the last couple of days. Like I would take the Titans here. I know it's a 3-point spread. I would take them straight up if I knew Hopkins was playing, but I don't. So right now I lean Chargers. I just think from a talent level, they're going to overpower them. But I don't know. Right now, as we're the recording of this podcast, I have the Chargers selected. That being said, if I get news of Hopkins being in, I don't know if he's a big enough playmaker for me to flip-flop, but I think he is in that, like, there's just a lot of injuries in that receiving core. I think it means a lot to have him in this game. That being said, it would be one of those just Vrabel, great defenses with, King Henry just beating up the Chargers. So I could see myself flip-flopping before Sunday, but as of right now, I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm riding with the Chargers through and through. Even if DeAndre Hopkins is playing, we saw that Hopkins was playing last week, and Tannehill couldn't get anything going. The guy was horrendous. So yeah, but the Chargers, I think this is a corrective game for them. They did not play well against the Dolphins. That defensive scheme was terrible, and I think they kind of get back to their roots and go with where all the money is that defensive line, Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, and really start attacking the football with those two. And I just think the Chargers win this game pretty handsomely.
Yeah, offensively they played well. I wouldn't. Defense obviously put up a 36 and 215 yards to fucking Tyreek, but they did.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
What was it? 34 points offensively. Like, I don't know if we're going to see a great defensive Chargers team all year. Like, I think they're almost like bend not break. Like, they have great players on defense, but they just seem to get in these shootouts always.
You got a defensive line with Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. Like,
so
how do you not have one of the best defensive lines in the league?
So here's my thought process, to be completely honest. I think the Chargers just are who we've seen them to be the last few years. Like, I was expecting to see a Chargers team that could potentially be in the Super Bowl and like be one of the best teams in the NFL this year, but they might just be one of those teams that wants to put up 30s, 40s a game and just outscore you and just bend not break and like go for turnovers, go for all or nothing turnovers. I mean, Derwin James is one of the best defenders as well. They have so many good players on their defense, but it just seems like let's go. Well, let's play this just sling it type of football. as we saw against the Dolphins, and that just might be their identity. I don't know. I mean, we're not going to find out for a few games. Like, I like to say 4 games, give it 4 games to figure out who teams really are, but they might be the Chargers that just like to be in fucking sling it type games. So if the Titans try to muck it up and play gross, then I could see this being a tough one for them to win. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that being the case. I'm just holding out hope that this defensive scheme gets better. I know Deuce over there, the coordinator, hasn't been looking too good over the last couple of years, so that might just be the identity. But
I just froze up during that take and almost said something bad. I have ESPN Daily Wager on the other TV.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, how about this next one?
Give it to us.
It's the
I know he's in there.
It's the Chicago Bears. It's the Bears. Okay. And they're playing in Tampa. Okay. The team that just went out and beat the Vikings last week. Now, I'm trying not to overreact. Okay. But it's difficult. It's difficult as a Bears fan not to overreact from what we saw last week. However, I'm still holding out hope. I think the Bears can go into Tampa and win this game. This is a winnable game for the Bears. Okay? I'm setting myself up for failure again. I'm just setting myself up to be disappointed this week. But I'm riding high with them. I think the Bears are going to go in and win this game. From what we saw, the Buccaneers defense looked really good. So I'm a little afraid of that. And our offense just lacked all originality and creative play calling. So I'm hoping that something changes in that field and Justin Fields kind of opens it up now. I would love to see it. I know he's capable of it, and the Bears are capable of winning this game. They just got to play right and find a way to win this game. And that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to be on the Bucks. It sounds like coaching was like a massive problem last week. Everything that I'm reading, like Fields came out and said, like, it's not my job. Basically, like, he came out and made a stance on how I don't even know how to say his first name. Equanimous. How Equanimous St. Brown is one of the best leaders, blockers, he route runners. He just said all these great things to say about St. Brown, who was a healthy scratch and was essentially throwing shade at Claypool, like, get that fucker out of our locker room. But that was a coaching decision to play Claypool. So, like, and then you even heard Eberflus came out and said DJ Moore had 2 straight catches. Bears get the ball in the goal to go on the 8. And you take out DJ Moore, what happened there? And Eberflus was like, I don't know. I don't know if he needed a breather or if it was a rotation. You got to have a better answer for that than that. Like, that's just horrible. And then you heard Fields come out and say, like, I trust my coach in the play calls. The game plan was to have more vertical passing. I'm not going to just change his plays at the line of scrimmage. It's like,
why not?
Like, well, not only I like that by Fields, like, trust my coach, but, like, to me, it's the fucking OC. Like, what are you doing? How do you prepare?
Yeah.
You have weeks. You have the whole off season to prepare for a game. And then you're not on the same page as your quarterback. Like, you have this vertical passing type game, then all you throw is screens. It's classic Bears, shitty fucking coaching. You have the talent, you have the team, you have the city, and then you come out and do this. Like, how disappointing is that? It's just crazy.
Yeah, the Bears haven't had a good coach since Lovie Smith.
I'm so glad I have zero emotional attachment to the Bears. And, like, obviously I want to see him be good because a lot of people I love the Bears and whatever. Like,
Yeah.
to me, I don't really give a shit. I mean, you know how I've been. I like Rodgers. I like the Packers for the most part. Like, I don't blindly love the Bears, thank God, because I would be so upset. I just don't get it. So anyways, all of that being said, I just felt like I needed to say that. All of that being said, I have the Bears in this one. Like, it's a bounce
Let's
back.
go.
It's a bounce back spot. But to be honest, like, nothing has changed for me with the Bears. I had them losing to the Packers.
Yeah.
I was hoping they at least looked good. But they are extremely disappointing. And if they lose this game, then my 8-9 season that I originally predicted for them is going to look like probably 4 wins, cut in half. Like, you have to come out and look good and beat a Bucs team who is not good. If you can't beat Baker Mayfield, Justin Fields after 30 starts in the NFL, then, you know, it's probably time to start looking elsewhere for your sake. Like, if Fields could go to like a Falcons team and get London and Pitts in the mix, like Ritter currently can't, like, go rejuvenate your career. Just, you have too much talent to rot on a horribly coach, horrible organization. So they need to win this game. They need to show something. Eberflus honestly needs to get everyone on the same page, because to me, that's what the problem is.
Yeah.
So give the city something to cheer for and be excited about. Give the players who have been excited, the media, everyone who's excited for the Bears, give them something to be excited about this weekend and beat the shit out of the Bucs. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I just want to see an attempt. I want to see them attempt to do something, instead of just, from what we saw last week, it was a lack of creativity. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care if you miss all the balls you throw deep downfield, but throw some downfield. You know what I mean? Like,
it's literally Justin Fields' strength. Like, that's what he did in college, is he slung the ball to great receivers.
So I'm still holding out hope that Fields is the guy, and if we can get a better offensive coordinator or a better offensive scheme, just better play calling to kind of give him confidence, open it up, I think that's still a possibility. So I'm not out on Fields just yet, but I tell you what, man, if this season continues at the pace it is from last week, that I don't see how we can go in another season with Fields.
I just don't understand. I do not understand how there's 32 NFL teams and there's bad coaching. Like, how does a team, some things I just don't understand. And I would like to, but like, I feel like I could do a better job, not at coaching. I feel like I could do a better job. I'm serious. Like, I think that I have the sports intelligence to do a better job than some like front offices. How do you start Claypool? How do you even trade for Claypool? Like, how are you an NFL coach and give up a second rounder for Claypool, who, if you and I know he has serious character flaws, then he has serious character flaws.
Yeah.
How
does the organization not notice that?
Psychologist on your staff not interview him and be like, this guy's got issues, and not throw away a second round draft pick for him? I understand what his talent potentially is, but he's not going to realize that talent. I don't know. There's just so many things to me that doesn't make sense. Like, how could you not be on the same page? Whatever. We'll see what happens. I got the Bears in this one, putting it together, easing a lot of the pain, and looking like the team we're supposed to see this year.
I tell you what, man, if that happens, you're going to see a happy fucking camper on Sunday night.
I'll
tell you what, Sunday night
live.
Let's talk about it. Yeah. So real quick, let everybody know we are doing our live stream Sunday night for real this time, 8 p.m. Central, until about 9 p.m. Come hang out with us, ask us questions about fantasy. you want to just bullshit with us and hang out too, that'd be fun. So check us
Yeah,
out at youtube.com/sportsethos.
Yeah, I'll add and go to the Twitter. We're gonna be shooting it out all week. I'll add that last week we did not. We had a unhappy camper in Ryan, and
I was hammered. Okay, I
he
was
was
just
hammered.
completely hammered.
He was hammered. He was sad. It was quite the sight to see. I was basically brain dead. I had quite the night celebrating the UT Alabama when the UT went over Alabama. So it was not only that. If we had properly marketed it, we would have sacked up and done it. So this time we're going to have it scheduled. So go to the Sports Ethos YouTube and subscribe and do a I think you can click on the notify, like it'll notify you when we go live 8 p.m. during Sunday Night Football. Come hang out. But yeah, so we didn't necessarily like set it and market it, so we knew no one was going to be there, and I was going to be hungover and Ryan was going to be hammered, which honestly would have been hilarious, but not the smartest thing for us and the brand and the Fantasy Roadshow. So, anyways, that is that. Let's get on to Chiefs Jags.
Chiefs Jags, man, this is going to be a really good game as well. I think the Jags are going to be able to keep it close.
Yeah,
but I do think Travis Kelce's back this week, and the Chiefs, huh?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, so I think if that's the case, Mahomes is going to feel much better out there throwing him the ball, and the Chiefs are going to win this game. But I do think it'll be close. I think the Chiefs win by a field goal. It'll come down to the fourth quarter because I do think the Jags are going to be able to Trevor Lawrence and ETN and his new starred wide receiver, Calvin Ridley, back in action, man.
Looks so
he had
good.
A great first week. So, I think this Chiefs defense is still able to be gotten after we saw what happened with the Lions. So, yeah, I think the Jags keep it close, but the Chiefs end up winning at the end of the game.
Okay, I want to ask you some questions. I have the Chiefs as well winning this game. Close one, just like Ryan said. I probably think they win by over that 3. I think the spread's right at 3.5. I think I would probably say the Chiefs coming off a loss cover a field goal, but I want to ask you some questions. So
you shoot
by game time, 9:17 noon in Jacksonville. Will Travis Kelce have banged Taylor Swift?
I'm going to say yes. I heard they've already connected a few times, and if she's connecting with Travis Kelce's a dog. He's smashing.
So he's smashed. He's probably smashed already, you think, huh?
Yeah, I think he's smashed already.
I love that. All right, that's good to know. All you Swifties out there, Travis Kelce, hit it. All right, so that's good. He'll have some extra. Some swag. I hope he does some sort of a T Swift touchdown dance. I imagine he's going to get one on Sunday, so that'll be something to keep an eye on. But he's got a lot of new fans.
Oh yeah,
she is international, so he's done a lot for his brand and the Chiefs. They're going to have a lot of eyeballs on him down there in Jacksonville. I got the Chiefs winning, but it'll be interesting to see Sky Moore, Tony, what they look like, and which receiver starts to separate themselves in that group. And then, of course, the running back room is interesting. I saw that. I think Pacheco was ranked 140 out of 144 backs in the pass protection, which is not good. So,
what?
Yeah.
Is that real? 140th out of 144?
Yeah. So,
holy shit.
So that's concerning. But anyways, Chiefs. We're both on the Chiefs. Colts Texans.
Yeah, man. Colts Texans. I want to ride with the Texans here. I really do. I like what I saw from Stroud. He had a decent game. Him able to get the ball to Nico and the rest of those pass catchers. But
You do have Nico as a green light.
I know I do have Nico as a green light. I love Nico this week. I'm tilting because I do think the Colts can win this game and pretty easily with the way we saw Anthony Richardson play this last week. He's going to be the better quarterback in this matchup. Two rookies going head to head.
I don't know that the Colts are going to do anything easily this year. So I would watch how you phrase that because let's be honest, they're not that good. I'm in the same position as you. I have the Colts right now. I want to take the Texans.
Fuck it. I'm doing it right now. I took the Texans. I'm taking the Texans. Fuck the Colts. And I'm probably going to lose that one.
D'Amico Ryan is a defensive coach. I don't know that Richardson threw the ball to the left side of the field all but twice.
Oh, that's a very good point.
So it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a close game. I don't know if the Texans are ready yet. I don't know that the Colts are either. It's going to be a bad game. Right now I have the Colts. I'm probably going to revisit it a little bit. So that could be another one that I change here on Sunday. I want to do a little bit of digging. Just how has D'Amico Ryans prepared against dual threat quarterbacks in the past? Stuff like that. I want to look up. So, yeah, I mean, he's a great defensive coach, a great one, you know. So, and they have good players on defense. So, we're gonna right now. I have Colts, but I'll probably flip and I'll tweet it out.
Okay, all right. And now that was the last game of the noon games. We're on to the 4:00 games. San Francisco 49ers in SoFi going against the Rams. Now, anytime the 49ers play the Rams in SoFi, the majority of the fans are 49ers fans, so it's like a home game. So this isn't really an away game for the 49ers. Every time they've played here against the Rams, it's been a home atmosphere for them. So just wanted to put that out there. But I just, based on what we saw last week, I don't think there's any way the 49ers lose this game.
I was going to say the fact that the Niners fans pack the stadium for this one, it got you a little horny, it seemed. You're pretty excited about that. You're like, let me try it seriously every time.
Well, it's just it's funny because it's the only situation that ever happens.
Yeah,
you know.
I feel like it happens elsewhere. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Probably happens quite often to the Rams just because LA.
Yeah, well, they're new. They're new to the city as of a few years ago,
and it's LA.
Yeah. Fair. Are you taking the Rams? Or are you taking the 49ers?
I'm taking the Niners, but I think it's going to be close. I would take the Rams. I think it's like 9.5. I would take the Rams by the spread. I'm about to sneeze.
Me?
I am. Just
yeah,
I think it's going to be closer. I don't know. I don't think I think the Rams are good. I think they're going to have a good season. I want to see Cup get back, and I want to see a healthy Cup, and then I'll think that they're going to have a lot better season. But Stafford looks awesome.
Oh yeah,
Stafford is an awesome quarterback, like an awesome quarterback. The way that he's made Puka look in that week 1,
well, not just Puka,
Tutu Atwell,
yeah, Tutu
just pulls 120 plus receiving yard guys out of his ass, he's an awesome quarterback. So I think this game could be closer than everyone expects. I think we could be talking about this Rams defense a little bit more. Aaron Donald seems like he's on a mission again this year. He kind of took last year off with the injuries that happened and went through the motions, but he looks like he's back and on a mission. He's such a beast.
Did you see the clip that went viral last week with Gino? So
No.
there's a clip where Gino is mic'd up, and he drops back, and Aaron Donald gets basically a free release into Adam. And as Gino's throwing the ball, he's like, "Oh my god, like just get the ball out of my hands!" And he verbally was afraid of Aaron Donald, and it was all over the place.
I love that. I gotta check it out. Send it to me. Send it to me if you see it.
I will.
That's right up my alley. I'm surprised he did, and I love that. I mean, he's back, man. He's back. So I love to see that. Giants, Cardinals. I have Giants. This is my sneaky survivor pick. I'm going to be riding out tank teams this year. I think it's a very tankable year. So you're going to see the Cardinals, who have just been openly tanking already. I'm going to be riding against them a lot early here to start the season in survivor. I just think I can get cheap wins every week and just kind of keep putzing along. So Giants bounce back spot. Dabble's such a good coach. It's tough for these Giants to be fighting from behind. It's just not how they're built. They're long drives. Let Saquon do his thing. Let Danny Dimes use his legs. Get the ball now to Waller. So I think you're going to see a really good, cleaned up Giants team that we saw in preseason, that we saw on the first drive against the Cowboys, and just against a bad Arizona team. So give me the Giants.
Yeah, I would reiterate everything you just mentioned there. Giants bounce back week this week after completely shitting the bed against the Cowboys. But yeah, I think this is a get right game for the Giants. Plain and simple.
Yep. Next one, simple for me as well. Cowboys, Jets, two awesome defenses. I wish Rodgers was in. That would be such a fun game to watch. Imagine the last two games would have been. I mean, obviously that game was like fun, but I didn't enjoy it.
No.
So it's disappointing. We really, as NFL fans, lost a lot this year with him going down. Just eliminating one of our Super Bowl teams week one is tough. But yeah, Cowboys, Jets, defensive battle. Cowboys win. I wish we had Rodgers. It's a good thing it's a 3:25 game and I can just put on something else and forget about it. Because I don't want to watch a game that could have been so great, you know?
Yeah, and man, for Zach Wilson, his first start, I know he played the majority of the game last week, but to go into Dallas this week after what they just did to Jalen Jones,
you know what I just thought of? Sorry, to even cut you off is rude, but I have ADD. I just thought of something. I'm supposed to go to Vegas for the Sunday Night Football Jets Raiders game. And that might not be happening anymore.
Probably not, right?
I got to text Nick, see if he still wants to go. Probably not. Choose another weekend.
But as I was saying, I think this is going to be a rough game for Zach Wilson. Not good for his camp and the people saying that he's going to be able to, play the whole season. So, I worry for his safety in this game. This Cowboys defense is legit. Yep. And Micah Parsons, probably a defensive player of the year. So, Cowboys by a wide margin.
Love it. Honestly, this next game I have is a lock. So if you wanted to include them in your survivor too, I'd be okay with that. I have the Broncos beating Redskins. I think the Redskins are kind of bad. I think the Broncos defense is awesome. I think Peyton's a really good coach. I think you saw a pretty good Russell Wilson that first half. Second half wasn't as good, but I just think that Peyton's such a good coach. He gets teams better over time. You're not going to lose this Commanders team. They're just not very good, as we saw. And this defense at Mile High, Surtain is an absolute beast. I just think the Broncos are going to overwhelm them defensively and win this game. they're not going to have to score a lot of points to do it. They're going to win like 20-13 or 20-10.
Yeah.
So low scoring Broncos grinded out win for me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Cardinals almost beat the Commanders last week. So enough said, Cardinals or the Commanders.
They're winning for three quarters, the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, that was rough to watch. But yeah, the Commanders are not good enough to go into Denver and beat this Broncos team. But yeah, this Broncos offense, you can't expect Sean Payton to come in and turn things around within 1 week and all of a sudden they're a great offensive team. It's going to take time. They're going to need to develop a little more. And I think this is going to be sort of another get right game for them, a step in the right direction for the Broncos offense.
Yep. Dolphins at Patriots, Sunday Night Football.
This is going to be a good game. The Patriots last week, what they did to the Eagles in Foxborough, what they held them to, and what Mac Jones was able to do against that defense, that surprised me. I wouldn't be shocked if the Patriots end up winning this game. Do I think they're going to win? Would I pick them to win? No, I'm still going to go with the Dolphins. Based on that high-powered offense, I just think even if Bill Belichick's stout defense at home, the Dolphins have too many weapons. Like, I know Bill Belichick usually takes away your best weapon. That's usually his quote unquote agenda. Takes away your number one weapon. But even when you do that, you got Jalen Waddle. You got so many other weapons on that offense. Like, I just think Tua is really good, and he's good enough to go into Foxborough in that game.
Yeah. Belichick sure does like to take away your top weapon. That being said, I think he gets to Tua, he injures him, and he ends his career. No, I'm kidding.
Holy shit! What?
I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I don't even want to put that out there. I was gonna
be
on
the microphone. This is recorded.
I was gonna be even more dramatic about it and be like, they get to Tua, they sack him, they hurt his. No.
He's crippled. He's going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life.
He's going to be the next star quarterback with Super Bowl contending hopes. Week 2 goes down, done for season, done forever.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding. I really love the Dolphins. Like, I hope that we don't see any injury concerns with Tua this year, because I want to see this team's full potential. Like, they are so fun and exciting. And to be honest, like, I didn't know that I had them as Super Bowl contenders preseason, and now I think from what I saw, I do. I think Tyreek is serious when he says he wants 2,000. He is an absolute maniac. That being said, I don't see it for him Sunday night. I think I have the Patriots winning this game.
Whoa.
Belichick just knows he can't go 0-2 this season. He has to figure out a way to muck it up and grind out a win here. I think somehow he limits Tyreek, forces them to move the ball into Waddle's hands, who is banged up with that oblique. I mean, he sat again this week. I think it's going to be stressing that exact thing is, let's try to maintain Hill, keep the ball out of his hands, make him go to Waddle, and see if Waddle's health can hold up all games. So on the other side of the ball, it's going to have to be a lot of Stevenson. It's going to have to be a lot of like hard-nosed running, control the ball, kind of like what the Titans are going to try to do to the Chargers, to be honest. I could see those two games looking very similar. And I could see those outcomes being the same. So we'll see what happens. I have the Patriots right now. I think I'm staying there, just trusting Belichick and knowing he can't start the season 0-2, can't get this far behind everyone in the division, because his team's just not good enough. So you're going to have to win this game if you want to have a good season and not be talked about. Is Belichick breaking up with his girlfriend getting to him? Is he on just the whole hot seat? Belichick doesn't want that. He wants to win this game. He wants to prove that he's one of the best coaches. Tom Brady didn't make his career. There's just
A lot of factors.
Belichick, Sunday Night Football, muck it up game. It's what he needs. So give me the Pats.
I love it. One of the few games we differ on this week.
I know. That was one of the reasons I went with the Patriots.
Yeah. Now, we have a double up Monday, double header Monday night. We have the Saints at the Panthers, and then we have the Browns at the Steelers. Should be two good games.
Pause. Yeah, I don't know. Saints, I have the Saints. I think they're a good team. I don't think the Carolina Panthers are. I don't need to say much more than that. That's division is kind of playing out how I thought it would. So I think that I have a pretty good vision of how that is going to be this year. And that is going to mean that the Saints and the Falcons are duking it out all season and late. I just don't think the Panthers and their offense is good enough right now to win a game, not against the Saints defense that proved to be a good team. They picked off Tannehill 3 times. Their defensive line looks rejuvenated and good to go. So, yeah, give me the Saints.
Yeah, I'm rocking with the Saints too. Derek Carr looked good in that first week. Did you see that clip that came out about him calling for a deep route to Shaheed?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, and then Jameis Winston was like, "Yeah, do that."
He somehow just always makes the cameo. Like Winston somehow always has like entertaining. I hope he's a backup forever.
He's hysterical. So
Like,
funny.
People that don't like Jameis just don't like fun, you know?
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I'm going with the Saints here too. I like what I saw week 1. And I mean the Carolina offense.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, he was in his thing, and then he turns and goes, yeah.
It was like, all right, thanks, Jameis.
If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's worth a watch. It's funny. Anyway, yeah, the Saints should win this game in Carolina. The Panthers have some developing they need to do here. And I don't think that they can win this game at home. So,
yeah.
And then Browns Steelers. We all saw what the Browns did to the Bengals last week, and we all saw how the Steelers struggled against the 49ers. I think you're going to see a very similar game as we saw with the Steelers 49ers with the Steelers and the Browns. The Browns' defensive line is just as good as the 49ers. Their defense as a whole is just as good, and I didn't see enough from the Steelers offense to make me think that they have a chance of winning this game. And the Browns offense on the other side looks pretty good. Deshaun Watson with the rushing touchdown. They didn't look as good as I thought they would look, but we'll see how they pair up with the Steelers going in Pittsburgh. Tough place to play, but I think the Browns pull it off. I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah, I have the Browns too, and we're going to lose this game. And because of that, I might switch to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is Tomlin going to start 0-2? I truly believe in the Browns, but this is not a game that the Browns win. It's just not, like primetime Tomlin, similar to Belichick, but like, how's he going to start 0-2 and be above 500 this year like he always is every single season? I guess you could say that he doesn't have Watson, Burrow, and Lamar every season he's been a head coach, so that's it's a whole new thing, and that's probably what I would lean on. But this is a game that the Steelers win. But I have the Browns, man. They have the best defensive line in the NFL, and I'm a believer in Deshaun. I think seeing him scramble for yards was like, if you're a Deshaun Watson owner, you're a very happy person. He looked good in a game that Burrow did not. He looked like a winning NFL quarterback in a game that Burrow did not. They were in the same weather. I mean, he just looks good at quarterback, and that's kind of what I think we're going to see all season. So I have the Bills.
The Bills?
Sorry, my buddy just texted me about the Bills, the Browns.
I was like, what game are we talking about here?
My
yeah.
ADD is so bad. My brain leaves somewhere completely, and it's just gone. Browns.
Yeah, Browns all day. Yeah, I know it's going to be tough. It's tough for Mike Tomlin, the stature of a coach, to go 0-2. But I just, it's the reason why I made that bet with you. I just don't believe in them.
Steelers
in
win this game. Like, it's just such a Steelers game,
Yeah.
So this might be one I revisit too. But as of right now, I'm a true believer in the Browns. So I have them, but this is just a game the Steelers win.
I disagree. I think the way that Browns were so dominant in that game last week against the Bengals, I think that continues against a struggling offense.
Well, that's the pick 'em. What do you have for Survivor? I kind of gave mine as we went through. Who do you have in Survivor?
Survivor. My initial reaction was the Giants. Attacking this Cardinals team week in and week out. The Giants seem like the pick I'm going to go with. However, if you want to go with the conservative approach, I like the Bills too. Those two picks that you had mentioned earlier, I'd be rocking with those as well. Every other game's kind of up in the air for me. That could go either way, but those two seem like locks. So I'm gonna.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the episode, roadies. Have a great weekend. Join us Sunday night. Subscribe to Sports Ethos YouTube and like that video. Set the alert so that you get notified when we go live. Follow me at Kulz_sports, Truck at Fantasy_Trucker, the show at Fantasy Roadshow. The fantasyroadshow.substack.com is our Substack. We are on Instagram now, and I want to be trying to pump that up better. I'll make a good I'll make a conservative, or not conservative. I'll make
If there's any social media managers out there that are trying to make a name for themselves, hit us up. We're looking for
I will make it focused. I don't even know what word. I'm mush brained. End of day. I'm gonna make sure that I'm ramping up that Instagram. I just suck horribly at it. But I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I think what I can do is get our graphic art out daily when we release episodes. And all that fun stuff. Substacks out. But yeah, anyways, that's kind of where we're at there. Have a great weekend. Hook 'em horns. I'm going to the game Saturday. Maybe I'll post a pic of the field. I don't know. You can see all the roadshow happenings on the Instagramins. Yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate you guys. You guys are the best roadies in the world, and have a safe weekend. We appreciate you.
Buckle up, Buckeyes.